From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Hey there, the name's Nukem, Duke Nukem, and you're watching the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. For some unknown reason, enjoy.
What's going on, nerds? And welcome to this week's episode of the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. We are talking about X-Men Origins Wolverine from 2009. And joining me on the show once again is our wonderful four people that we have. My co-host who just got home, who literally walked in the door, went downstairs, tried turning on her computer. Computer didn't work. And now she's on her phone. Oh, you're counting four because I was including your daughter in that. Because James wanted to ask her, or was it Rob? Which one of you two wanted to ask her opinion?
Yeah, I was going to ask her what's her opinion about this movie. I feel like she might have a very centered opinion.
There's a lot of violence. That's her opinion.
Oh, you need to change your diaper.
Rob, what's up, pal?
I'm doing good.
How'd you enjoy binging this movie?
Yeah, I watched this movie.
James, go for it, pal.
I didn't rewatch this movie because my brain randomly lives on random clips out of it, which also doesn't help with TikTok. So I got to watch it via clips and random scenes, and then we both watched the same reviewer for it too.
Yeah. He joined the Zoom call and he was watching a recap video of the new Rockstars guy, and I was like, "Hey, I just finished that." They do a really good job with putting out stuff that you might miss throughout the movie. So it definitely helped me. But before we get really into talking about the movie, it was released May 1st, 2009, had a budget of $150 million, and brought home over double that, $373 million. It was directed by Gavin Hood. Screenplay was David Benioff, who, if you guys know who he is, he did I think it was last season of Game of Thrones. And Skip Woods. So let's
that Game of Thrones things makes sense now.
I didn't even think about it that way.
So let's get into the fun. Let's get into the very much amount of fun this movie was not. And we'll start with Rob with that. Rob, talk about this movie. Talk about what you liked, what you didn't like, and how you would have fixed it.
All right, so I liked his. I definitely could say I liked Wolverine's hair in this one. He had great hair throughout this entire movie. Come on, think of something else.
You got to see his nude ass again?
We got to see him. It didn't even make it better.
I think that's like a
And
requirement.
we got it twice. We got it twice this time.
She
No,
agrees with
3
you.
times.
Whatever you're
It's the
saying, Rob,
thing.
she agrees with you.
Well, she's talking about Hugh Jackman's ass. Of course a woman's going to agree with it.
So what I didn't like, I did like that they were showing off some mutants that people haven't seen before in the cages, but they got like a second of screen time.
It's okay. We'll see him in First Class.
See a couple of them. You get Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair,
the wind-
everybody,
the wind
this
dude.
movie's all null and void, by the way.
Thank God. So some of the bad things about this movie,
All 107 minutes of it.
the CG was poor in some places. like Wolverine's claws, there were some moments when they looked good, but they just looked like either they were made of plastic or they were noticeably animated. There was very few times I believed they were actually
Coming
real.
out of his hand.
Whereas in the first X-Men movie we saw, or that ever came out, the claws look real, like you had said earlier.
Yeah. I think it was Last Stand. They looked better than they did in X-Men Origins Wolverine. It was scary on that it looked like they went for low budget mode when it came to CGI.
Yeah. So one of the real good things I liked about this movie was the opening part with the kids explaining his youth
How he kills his
and
father.
how he kills his father, how his adopted father was killed by that guy, and that he was a soldier in every war that his country ever fought,
Him and
plus the American
Sabretooth.
Civil War.
Both of them.
Yeah, they were side by side, and you get to see that Wolverine was traumatized, whereas Sabretooth was excited. Like he embraced the violence.
Yep.
Um and one of the big things I didn't like about this movie was they had an opportunity to do something great with it. Now, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but to date, we still don't have Omega Red as a villain.
No.
No.
Do we have her in the animated series?
No.
No.
This would have been the time to introduce Omega Red. Because William Stryker's big thing was there was going to be a war against the mutants. And one of the big ways you could have done that was introduce Omega Red as part of a mutant arm race.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, don't correct me if I'm wrong. Who is Omega Red?
Omega Red is his original thing was he was a Captain America villain. He was supposed to be the socialist communist version of Captain America. But in the current continuity, he is a Russian like mass murderer who got caught and was turned into a super weapon.
Okay, yeah, we don't.
Uh,
In any of the animated series that I've watched or any of the movies, we have not seen Omega Red.
Would be cool.
yeah. He has carbonadium tentacles, which is the Russian knockoff version of adamantium. And carbonadium, through them, he could use his mutant powers to leech the life from people. And the big thing is, in order for him to keep his powers working to stay alive, he needs something called the carbonadium converter, which Wolverine, Zero, and Sabretooth stole from him. And that was their last mission they ever did. They didn't need to go to Africa and find the piece of adamantium. They could have stolen the converter
I didn't know
from
that.
the Russians.
I didn't know that. Huh.
And the carbonadium converter could have been used to, perfect the adamantium process. There were options here other than having freaking Deadpool as the final big bad or William Stryker. I know that he's big to his backstory, but Wolverine has better villains.
I mean, I liked Stryker better in the original X-Men movies than I did in this movie.
He's more nuanced then.
I'm gonna point out that this is the third William Stryker we have seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Technically fourth if you want to call Mystique.
No,
William
because she
Stryker
plays.
too.
No, because she plays who the actor is, and
Oh, okay.
so she wouldn't count.
So yeah, there was a chance to introduce Omega Red and they just didn't do it. And that was my biggest gripe with this because through him, because James, what was the movie they introduced Bushido in?
Talking
Seemed like who?
armor.
Yeah, the armor, the Silver Samurai,
Oh, the
The other
Wolverine.
yeah, the Wolverine.
the Wolverine,
Yeah, the
Mhm.
the
Wolverine.
Wolverine. That
Yeah.
could have been the perfect segue because Omega Red goes into cryostasis to protect his life, and he gets freed by the Hand later on. And he could have showed up in the Wolverine.
That would have been cool. But no.
That would have been cool. Instead, they just had to go and show us Hugh Jackman's ass for 3 minutes.
Well, we got ninjas.
We do get ninjas, but it's not the Hand. Which, fun fact, AJ, did you know that the Hand from Marvel inspired the Foot from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Seriously?
Yeah,
Nope,
they're a
didn't know that.
direct parody of the Hand.
No, I didn't know that. And I just started watching Ninja Turtles, so ha.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so
a hand.
I need to watch Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the animated series,
Yeah.
because they do a lot more.
All right, James. Let's hear your good, bad, and ugly.
The good, we got to see our random movie thing where they were throwing random rappers in that year. We saw Will I Am. He has good acting skills.
All right, no, he doesn't.
Actually, he's probably the well better actor out of the whole entire Black Eyed Peas. I said what I said.
He
All
acts
right.
better than Fergie sings.
Damn, that's not
Throwing
glamorous.
throwing some shade, aren't you?
Yeah, what are they gonna do? Attack me? The bad. I felt like the story rushed itself at some points where it didn't need to rush itself, and they kind of just threw things at us that I don't know, just felt like we didn't need it. And the ugly, let's see, some of our fight scenes felt really choppy, or CGI just wasn't getting it for me. You know, it wasn't there.
The
That's
sound
pretty much.
editing with Baraka Pool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, no, that definitely was unsettling. I heard that in my ears for a couple months, but yeah, that's pretty much me, just to kind of go through. Were you gonna sneeze there, Boo Boo?
Yeah, I was, and I was like, he's finishing, sneezing, bad opportunity. Suze, before I get into my thoughts on the movie, what was your reaction to it?
So the first time I'm gonna go to the first time I watched it, I thought it was a really good movie. It was good storyline, everything else. I liked this movie. I watched this again the other day, and I think Will walked in on me watching it for the umpteenth time, and I just went on a 20-minute tirade about all of the mutants that are in this movie. And he just looked at me, and it was kind of like are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm not okay. I feel like this story could have been done better. So it's story-wise, it's a good base. But I mean, in the ugly, I think they tried to cram too many characters into this story. Because I mean, you have Scott Summers, you have Remy LeBeau, you have, which by the way, did not like I kind of like the actor who played Remy, but kind of not. You obviously have the whole team. We have the Blob. There was a lot happening that could have it didn't need to. There was too many characters for a movie about one person.
Looked like the
They
girl
killed
on your
off
arm
the
gained
Blob.
30 pounds.
Huh?
No, when
They
Wolverine
killed off
said,
the Blob.
did
They killed off the Blob.
That was in
Yeah.
that was in a deleted scene.
Mm-hmm.
No, he mentions it while he's fighting Will I Am.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just like he grows his claws and he says, "That doesn't scare me. It worked on Dukes." So yeah, he killed Dukes. So the Blob is dead. Now I feel like I'm watching Heavyweights again. Yeah, deep
I
cut
just
there, huh?
I haven't seen
there
that
was
movie in years.
there were just too many mutants in that movie for a movie that was about one man and his history.
All right, so we ready for the world to get pissed off at me here? I didn't
You liked
hate.
this movie, didn't you?
Yeah. The biggest issues I had with this movie was CGI, pacing, and Deadpool.
Everybody had an issue with Deadpool. Deadpool had an issue with Deadpool. Deadpool makes fun of it in Deadpool.
I'm gonna sew your mouth shut. Ooh, you better not do that.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
What's my name? It muted you. What the hell?
Let's spell it out for you.
Oh yeah, but James dropped the F word with it.
Did I just get censored?
Yeah, your thing censored you. I love them going from the 1845 or whatever it was to basically the early 1980s. I love the story of he's done, gets out, gets basically with a girl that Stryker planted. So I'm already espionaged with it all. I'm full over it. To get Logan into it, he has Sabretooth fake kill her. So the story for me, awesome. This is how you get Logan back into it, but you're tricking him. My issue was once he got the claws, they looked awful. It was basically another concentration camp for mutants, basically. So I didn't really like that. I felt once they got to the climax of the movie, everything happened way too fast.
Yeah.
And that's where my pacing issue came in. I do like the only really thing I liked with Deadpool is they gave him the teleporting power that if you've played the game, you absolutely abuse.
Yep.
I hated the beam that comes out of his eyes. Feel bad for Scott Summers on that one. But other than that, I didn't hate the movie, but I understood and accept all the flaws.
So don't get me wrong. I don't hate the movie. I will 100% watch it again. My only comment to you for your thing is I don't feel bad for Scott Summers because Scott Summers' eyes have been changed with his mutation to accept his mutation. Deadpool's eyes were surgically changed. So because they were surgically changed, when he releases that laser beam, that's why there's burns all around his eyes. That's what creates the traditional mark.
Freaking laser beams.
Yeah.
Freaking laser beams.
But it's because he's not natural, like he wasn't naturally born with it, and that's why it happens.
Can you imagine if they never sewed his mouth shut? We might not have gotten new Deadpool.
I think we still would have got it. I wasn't.
No,
really.
so one of the big driving factors behind New Deadpool was the fact that Ryan Reynolds didn't like the way that they took the character in Wolverine Origins. Like he did not like it. Even if they had left his mouth alone, I think we still would have ended up with a new Deadpool because I don't think it would have gone the way that Deadpool should have.
I'm really curious. Sorry, Rob, go.
Yeah, because they also leaked the test footage.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan leaked the test footage.
No, you're not supposed to quote that part. Someone leaked the test footage.
Yeah. Someone was helped.
Hey, you want to hear something that was really upsetting? You know that action figure still sits in the back room at some Targets of that Deadpool because it never really sold?
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so question. I know it was crap, but is anybody curious to see about that post-credit scene where it would have ended up?
What, we all got some head from it? No.
Where where his mouth is open now, and he just goes.
I mean, if they had known what they know now, they probably would have done that as a bonus credit scene.
I mean, nothing beats when he goes back and fixes the fucker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back and ask you to team up. You need to say yes, and then Wolverine's claws retract. So what else do you guys want to hit on this movie? I know, very flawed, very very flawed movie. Is it the most flawed Marvel movie?
No.
What is?
No.
I'm putting you
Hey,
on the
take
spot
it.
because
It's
you
not.
answered that fast.
90s Captain America.
Fuck you. That was a classic. I used to fall asleep to that, you bitch.
David Hasselhoff as Nick Fury.
Okay, that's fair.
Before he helped
Shut the
SpongeBob and
fuck-
Patrick.
I apologize. I
Now,
was waiting.
granted, he was kind of on model for Nick Fury of the time, because Nick Fury was an old white dude.
Not anymore. Okay, Suze. Thieth,
I
answer,
realized that I
please.
answered that really fast, and now I'm trying to think of my answer because I had one, and then I wasn't expected to answer that fast.
I'll
Get
give
fucked.
But
give you a second
honest-
one.
honestly, I say that if there was a movie either equally as flawed or worse, it would be Quantum Realm or Quantum Mania.
Nope.
New Mutants.
Huh?
Nope.
Ooh.
Fantastic Four.
Which one?
The
Which
remake.
one?
Oh, the
The
remake?
remake.
The remake? Okay, see, I would go with that one too.
Yep.
No, the Punisher movie that went straight to DVD. That was the sequel to the original one.
Warzone?
Yes, because that was fucking god awful.
I don't
Okay,
even
so there's
remember
a couple
Punisher.
of Marvel movies that are flawed.
That was why I used to.
I
Jimmy What's His
forgot
Apple.
about that dumpster fire.
That's why I used to quote
When are
Jimmy
we going
What's
to
His
review
Apple
that?
AJ, is there anybody chiming in on our discussion here?
No, for the most part, everybody's relatively silent. Probably just appalled that we're even reviewing this movie. We're going to Apocalypse next. Oscar Isaac playing Apocalypse.
I don't want to fight Darkseid.
Son of a bitch. Which one came first, Rob?
Technically, shit. I think DC's Darkseid came first.
Because
Yeah.
if you want to be funny,
Damn it! I deserve to be able to say it.
I will pray for your soul.
It's one day they're gonna make an animated adaptation of it, and I'm gonna watch it.
Don't say that because you'll do it.
yeah, so next Thursday we're talking about X-Men Apocalypse. So we're going to get the new crew back into it. James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, Ethan Page. Ethan Page. I think Jennifer Lawrence is in it too.
Uh-huh.
So basically the first class.
So we're gonna have Scott Summers, Jean Grey.
No, we're going to have Havoc, I thought. Whoever played Havoc.
No, you have Gene in this movie.
We got Jean in this movie.
No, you said Scott Summers. Don't
Pretty
we
sure
get...
Scott Summers.
Yeah,
is in
we
it.
get Scott in this movie.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't have no Gene without Scott. Gotta make the trouble.
We might get Havoc, but I know we get Scott.
No, actually, I think
Jean,
Havoc dies in this movie.
Storm.
Don't we?
Psylocke.
Don't we get my favorite girl Jubilee? Don't we?
I think we get Jubilee.
It's about fucking time. Jubilee fucking matters. Damn it.
Still, she
Fuck.
died. I felt that into my soul. Felt that into my soul. So we are going to continue with our X-Men series next Thursday with X-Men Apocalypse. But a lot of stuff has happened in a week, and not a lot of good stuff. So unfortunately, we're probably going to leave this episode on a very sad note. There was a comic book artist that James is going to mention because I can't remember his name.
Oh, keep playing as well.
That
I don't think it's like this shit, Rob.
hold on, I'm pulling it up.
I only know the bad ones.
No,
It's
isn't this the
John-
one that
John
just died?
Cassidy. Yeah, John
Mhm.
Cassidy passed away at 52. He's best known for drawing art for X-Men, Astonishing X-Men. So,
Which is a really good series. I have read that one.
another one is we lost the voice of Master Splinter, which I am looking for right now. So I apologize for the delay. And unfortunately, at the
Where's
age,
Well,
Splinter?
while you're
go ahead, Suze.
I was gonna say while you're looking for that, we also lost a voice that basically everyone in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s all grew up on. If you've ever watched Lion King or Star Wars, we lost a classic of James Earl Jones, which has hit a lot of us a little harder than we thought, because those of us, I grew up on James Earl Jones. AJ, we all grew up on James Earl Jones. There wasn't anything that you've never heard his voice in. Though I did find out that so Carrie Fisher and James Earl Jones had never met in real life. So in the Big
Until
Bang
Big
Theory,
Bang Theory.
it was a joke that James Earl Jones would run up and ring her doorbell and then run away.
Didn't she walk out with a broom, ready to hit them?
Yeah.
It was the voice of Splinter, Peter Renaday, Renaday.
Rende?
Sure. So yeah, this week lost, especially in the nerds realm, lost a lot of heavy hitters.
Yeah.
I
I think we saw him I saw him at Kineticon, I think, at one year.
Oh really?
Because they had all the turtles.
Oh,
And
the
I
voice
think he
of
voiced it.
Splinter? I think he was there, yes.
Yeah.
Shoot.
He was there 1 year.
I did go
Oh,
on.
Mikey's gonna be beside himself.
Yeah, somebody probably should check on him. I did go on a Lion King binge, and then I watched Field of Dreams and Star Wars.
Oh, he also voiced Al Mualim. Al Mualim. Mualim.
But for everybody watching at home, yeah, thank you for tuning in. Sorry to end this on a sad note, but wanted to get through the painstaking Wolverine Origins movie. But we'll catch you guys next week. Do you any of you three have any other things you guys want to chat about
I don't think so.
outside of James's wonderful art?
Okay, self promotion. I dropped
That
the new
way.
Deadpool. The White True.
It's that way. You did what?
Another
I dropped you on TikTok of me drawing Deadpool.
That was cool.
fun fact, I think which I don't want to stop the show.
No, go. Whatever you got.
The original Wolverine, I believe he appeared in as an Incredible Hulk villain. So his first appearance was as an Incredible Hulk villain hunting the Hulk.
It's not the one where we see in Deadpool and Wolverine where you could see Hulk through Wolverine's claws.
No, the cover literally has his claws coming up and him just smiling like this.
Oh.
That's
Oh boy.
It is a great one.
Gotta get into comic books more. I just reread the Injustice comic books.
They're great.
They are so good. I still laugh at the page where Superman's putting his whole fist through Joker, and Batman's got the face of, there goes my job. You just killed my job.
I'm punishing myself. I'm rereading all of Archie Sonic
Oh shit.
in chronological order.
I mean, it gets better at some point, just probably not where you're at. It takes a couple of years, but it
When's
gets
the
better.
new Sonic movie come out?
This year, I think.
December this year.
December?
It's in
Yeah.
December. Because all
Yeah.
I keep hearing from everybody is they can't wait for that little girl to die.
I swear to God, if someone jumped
Neither
in
can I.
You're
I'm
so-
fighting you. I'm fucking fighting you.
I've
Bro,
never
you-
seen such a fan base get so happy that they casted a little girl just for her to die.
Was it
Shadow
AJ,
better be
Sonic-
traumatized as hell.
They did the Sonic Orchestra for All of Me, and the scene where they showed the gun shooting her, everyone's like, "Fuck yeah!" I'm like, "You guys really need to get evaluated. What the hell is wrong with you?"
What's worse? This little girl dying or a girl getting turned into a dog?
Well, this girl had cancer, so
Until you've seen the anime, AJ, you cannot comment.
Yeah, I'll get there.
Is there levels to this? Because like the dog one is always on my top tier one because like listen, 11-year-old me didn't know how to process that correctly. I remember breaking down crying. All right, like that was not right.
20-something-year-old me couldn't process it, and I'm in 30s and I still can't process it.
Maria was in a wheelchair. Come on.
I mean, she wasn't after that, but I mean,
And then they blew out the glass. You know what happened right after that. Shadow was just watching her float gently into space, twirling around.
stop. Okay, stop. you shadow edgelords.
I don't feel
What the
safe
fuck is
anymore.
wrong with you?
I really
I'm
don't
just-
feel safe after listening to all this.
I'm just glad Jim Carrey's coming back.
Was I censored when I said that time? When I said fuck? No. Yes.
No, you've been perfectly fine since that first time. Evie, say the F word.
Look at the screen. Follow.
I tried.
I
All right.
imagine Eve was to be very deep, like Morgan Freeman, out of nowhere for no random reason.
All I do is picture Susie Swanson with Patrick
my-
Stewart doing her voice.
Give me an idea. This is one of my favorite characters.
I don't even know what it is.
You're holding a toothpick. What the fuck was that?
This is a horribly traumatized young child.
No, that's a horribly traumatized young child.
Oh.
She's been around our whole friend
No.
group and she's still acting sane. I'm very surprised.
Nachi.
At least she thought it was funny. Score 1 for the boys back home. Woo! All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow, do all that wonderful stuff. Glad to have you with us. Join us next week for X-Men Apocalypse. Deuces.
Well, fly.
Yeet.
And Sabanu.